Hello, and welcome back to Awaken Light Within. In today's episode, we're gonna have a conversation about the movie The Matrix. So, I'm super old school these days. We have a DVD player. We are in Bend, Oregon, where the last blockbuster on earth is. And so, I recently rented The Matrix, and it's been a long time since I've seen that movie, right? I think it came out in like 1999 with Keanu Reeves. And we're going to have a conversation about how it relates to awakening in our everyday lives, right? So we're going to explore how the illusion, right, much like in the system in the movie The Matrix, it keeps us plugged into these limiting beliefs, and we'll go a little bit deeper into that, and also these false realities. But more importantly, we're going to discuss how to break free from this illusion using practical tools to live in alignment with your truest self, right? And so in the Matrix, in the movie, right, Morpheus, he tells Neo, many are not ready to unplug from the system. Isn't that the truth, right? This system represents more than just these outdated systems that are controlling humanity, right? It's a powerful metaphor for the illusions that we are currently facing in modern society, whether it's societal expectations, career pressures, this materialism, this consumerism, or limiting beliefs about ourselves, right? The system feeds us a false sense of reality. For many, it's easier to stay plugged in than to face the discomfort of awakening to a deeper truth. This illusion is alive in today's world, showing up as societal norms, right? These are rigid belief systems and this external validation. Many of us are taught from an early age to follow the rules, right? Follow the rules, pursue success, and adhere to these narratives about what happiness and fulfillment look like. As Morpheus, right, he hints it, right? Waking up from the system is by no means easy. It requires a willingness to face discomfort on a daily basis, and to question everything that you've been taught, everything that you've been told, right? From your parents, from your aunts and uncles, from your teachers, from your grandparents growing up, right? In the Matrix, Neo's journey is one of awakening. And it's a mirror to our own, right? Everything is a mirror all around us. And to unplug is to wake up from this collective dream, right? To shed these societal conditioning that we were born into, and to begin seeing the truth beneath the surface. And as Morpheus says, right, not everyone is ready for this. Why? Because the system is comfortable. It's predictable. It offers the illusion, right? The illusion of safety, much like how we cling to societal norms or these outdated beliefs, simply out of fear of the unknown, right? Fear of the unknown. However, for those that are ready to unplug, the journey leads to true freedom in all areas of your life, right? And freedom is what we all really truly desire. And freedom, right? Freedom, abundance is our birthright at our core. It's about reclaiming your sovereignty and connecting to the deeper truths, the truths that live within each and every one of you. And right, just as Neo learns to trust his inner power, You too must learn to trust your inner knowing as you navigate the awakening process, right? And so I'm going to offer you some practical tools for unplugging from the system, right? Now that we've explored the metaphor, we're going to turn to some practical tools that can help you unplug from the system and start living in alignment with your highest self. Right, in episode 1, we kind of touched, we skimmed the very basis, right? We discussed several key tools to help with this process, and today we're going to revisit those, but with a deeper understanding of how they can be used to break free from the matrix of limiting beliefs and societal conditioning, right? So mindfulness and presence, right? Practicing stillness. We live in a world today where it's fast paced, where we're constantly bombarded with distractions, with stressors and noise, and it can be easy to lose touch with our inner selves, right? We're often pulled into a whirlwind of activity, juggling work and relationships and children and social media and these societal pressures, right? Leaving very little time to simply be, right? To simply be, right? We're constantly doing, never being. However, cultivating mindfulness and embracing stillness, it is essential practice to allow us to reconnect with our inner truth, to gain clarity, and to awaken to a higher level of awareness, right? So first things first, what is mindfulness? What is mindfulness? At its core, mindfulness is simply the practice of being fully present in the moment, in this moment, right here, right now, without judgment, right? It's about paying attention to what's happening right now, both within you and around you. And this might sound simple. It is simple, right? But in reality, right, it's not easy. Oftentimes we can confuse simplicity with ease, right? Our minds are often anywhere but the present moment. We're either worrying about the future or reliving the past, or we're lost in a stream of thoughts that take us away from the present experience. And mindfulness is a tool. It's a tool that helps us to break this cycle, right? When we practice mindfulness, we're able to observe our thoughts and emotions from a neutral perspective, right? Instead of getting caught up in them, this practice of observation creates space. It creates space between our inner experience and our reaction to it, right? Giving us the power to choose our responses more consciously. Right, so consider this, right? If you're constantly plugged into the mental chatter, thinking about your to-do list, what you need to do tomorrow, replaying those difficult conversations that you had yesterday, or maybe it's stressing over external circumstances, right? You are not fully present in your own life. You're in a state of autopilot, which limits your ability to access your fullest potential and your creativity, right? Mindfulness interrupts this autopilot mode, bringing you back to the present moment and allowing you to engage with life more intentionally. Right. And I know that there's some of you who feel that you can't meditate, right? If you've ever thought, I can't meditate because my mind just won't stop racing, right? You are not alone. This is one of the most common experiences people have when they first begin to meditate, right? And it can lead to frustration or the belief that meditation isn't for you, or, right? This is the truth. This is the truth, right? Having a racing mind It's actually part of the meditation process, right? Especially in the very beginning, right? Meditation, I really want you to understand that meditation is not about stopping your thoughts. It's not about stopping your thoughts, right? Just think for a moment. Think back to the moment when you sat down to meditate, right? You sat down, you closed your eyes, and did I reply to that email? Oh shit, I forgot to send it. I need to finish that report by tomorrow. I still have to buy groceries, clean the house, and pick up the kids. What are we gonna have for dinner tonight? Should I try that new recipe or just order takeout? What if that presentation doesn't go well tomorrow? What if I mess up? What if people don't like me? I really hope that issue with my friend gets resolved soon. What if things didn't improve at work? Remember that embarrassing thing I said 5 years ago? What did I do then? I remember. I wonder what that person thinks of me now. I can't believe I let that happen. Why am I even thinking about this? Why am I even thinking about this weekend? I should plan a trip. I should go on a trip. Maybe I'll go hiking. Maybe I'll go camping. Maybe I'll just relax. What if I book that Airbnb we talked about? Or maybe should I just stay home and have a movie night? What if the weather is bad though? Does this ever happen to you? Right? You sit down to meditate and all of these thoughts flood your mind. They flood your mind, right? One of the biggest misconceptions about meditation is that the goal is to completely stop your thoughts or to have a totally clear mind. In reality, that's not the case at all, right? The nature of your mind is to think. That's what our minds are designed to do. And so when you sit down to meditate and your mind starts racing, you are not doing anything wrong. In fact, it's natural, right? And it happens to everyone. The purpose of meditation is not to stop thinking, but rather to develop a different relationship with your thoughts, right? Instead of getting caught up in them, instead of reacting to them or believing everything that you say, right? Meditation teaches you. It teaches you to simply observe your thoughts. It's about becoming aware of that mental chatter without getting lost in it, allowing it to pass like clouds drifting through the water, like a lily pad in the river, right? Think of it like sitting in a busy road, simply watching the cars drive by, simply observing, right? Your thoughts are the cars. They're going to keep coming, but you don't have to chase after them or get in the car, right? You can simply sit and watch them pass by, watch them go by, right? The same is true in meditation. The thoughts are going to come, and that's okay, right? Your practice is to gently bring your awareness back to your breath, back to your body, or whatever anchor that you've chosen again and again without judgment, right? And so when you sit down to meditate, especially if you're newer to the practice or have a busy mind, it's normal to feel like your thoughts are overwhelming you, right? This can feel frustrating, but this phase is actually a sign. It's a sign that the process is working, right? So here's why, right? Awareness of the mind, right? Meditation is simply about becoming aware of your thoughts. And when you sit in stillness, you're giving yourself the opportunity to finally notice how much is going on in your mind. And before, you might have been so busy with life that you weren't even aware of the constant mental chatter. Right? Meditation brings this to the surface, which it's a good thing, right? Now, and now you get to start working with it, right? Your brain is unwinding. Think of meditation as giving your mind space to release all of your thoughts, your worries, your distractions that it's been holding on to, right? When you stop moving and when you give it room to breathe, the mind, it often starts dumping. It starts dumping all of the thoughts it's been processing, right? This is the natural process of letting go. Over time, right, the more that you meditate, the more these racing thoughts settle down, right? But they have to rise up first in order to clear them out, and know that it is a practice, right? Meditation is called a practice for a reason, right? It's something that you build over time. And just like any other skill set, it gets easier with consistency, right? The first time you sit down to meditate, you might feel like you're all over the place. You might feel like you are all over the place, but over time and with patience, you'll find that your ability to stay present, it increases. It gets a little bit longer each and every time, right? Even if your mind still has those moments of racing, right? And the power of simply showing up for yourself, right? One of the most important aspects of meditation is the act of simply showing up for yourself. Even if you sit down for 5 minutes and feel like your mind was racing the entire time, right? That's okay. You are still practicing the art of presence, and that counts. It counts, right? Here's an analogy for you, right? Imagine training a puppy, right? The puppy, it's naturally gonna run off, it's gonna get distracted, and it's gonna chase everything in sight. Your job is not to punish the puppy, right? It's to gently guide it back to you each time it strays, right? Over time, the puppy learns to sit with you for longer periods without wandering off. Your mind is the same exact way, right? In meditation, your thoughts, they're still going to wander, right? And your job is to gently guide your focus back to the present moment. And the more that you practice, the more your mind will settle, just like the puppy. And you can use the puppy analogy, you can use a toddler analogy, you can use a kitten analogy, whatever aligns with you most, right? And so, there's a simple approach to meditation for a busy mind. If you struggled with a racing mind, right, here's a few tips to help make meditation feel more accessible, right? I really want to encourage you to start small, right? You don't need to sit for an hour or 20 or 30 minutes right away, right? Simply giving yourself 1 minute, right? 1 minute, and maybe eventually you move up to 3 minutes, right? Just recognizing that starting small is enough to begin, right? So as you build your practice, you can extend the time, right? And so tip number 2, using an anchor. Your breath is a powerful tool in meditation because it's always with you, right? When your mind starts racing, gently bring your attention back to your breath. Notice the rise and the fall of your chest, the sensation of air entering and leaving your body. Each time your mind wanders, and it's gonna wander 100 times, 1,000 times, right? Just gently return your focus to the breath. And if you prefer, you can use a mantra. Right? A mantra is a phrase: I am here, I am present. Or maybe it's a single point of focus, like the sound of a clock ticking or a candle flame. Right? Tip number 3 is practicing self-compassion, right? Recognizing that meditation is a process. And it's important to be kind to yourself along the way, right? If your mind races or you get distracted, please, please, please don't judge yourself, right? Instead, simply acknowledge it and bring your attention back to the present moment, right? The goal is not to be perfect, right? To let go of that perfectionism and to just keep showing up. And if sitting in silence, if it feels like too much in the beginning, try a guided meditation, right? There are free tools, there's apps, right? Meditation or what's that meditation app called? Insight Timer. Insight Timer. I have an Apple iPhone, and I use an app called Insight Timer where you can sit in silence, setting a timer, or you can use guided meditation. Right? If sitting in silence feels too challenging at first, try using guided meditations. Right? There's plenty of different apps and videos on YouTube. Although the thing about YouTube is that sometimes they have different ads and stuff in the middle, right? So you can do guided practices to help you stay focused, where someone talks you through the meditation, right? And this can be especially helpful for busy minds. And just focusing on your body, right? If focusing on the breath feels difficult, try a body scan, right? Simply focusing on your toes, your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your hips, your belly, your low back, mid back, upper back, chest, shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, cervical spine, your neck, the top of your head. Right, try doing a body scan, just focusing on different parts of your body, bringing your awareness to different parts of your body, starting at your toes and working all the way up to the top of your head. And simply notice any sensation, any tension, any relaxation. Right? This gives the mind something specific to focus on, helping you to quiet the mental chatter. And most importantly, right, most important thing to remember is that meditation is a process and not a destination. It's not a final destination, right? And there are going to be days when your mind feels calm and peaceful. And there will be days when it feels like you can't sit still for 1 second, not 1 second. And both are part of the journey, right? What matters most is that you continue to show up, keep showing up, keep practicing, keep observing without judgment. And over time, you're going to recognize, you're going to notice that the racing thoughts begin to slow down. And you will, over time, develop a deeper sense of peace, of mindfulness, and stillness. Right? It's not about having a perfect meditation session, but rather about embracing the process of self-discovery and inner peace. Right? Meditation is not about achieving stillness immediately or eliminating all of your thoughts. It's about observing the mind, understanding it, and cultivating. And even if your mind races at first, trust that with time, patience, and consistent practice, that you'll begin to experience the benefits of mindfulness and stillness. Right? Stillness, it's actually creating a quiet space within. And it's not just about physical stillness, like sitting in meditation, though that can be part of it, right? It's about cultivating an inner calmness that helps us tune into a deeper awareness. Like Rothgate says that the mind screams and the heart whispers. The mind screams and the heart whispers. And when we embrace stillness, when we give ourselves the opportunity to tap into the wisdom of our higher self, the heart space, like a part of us that knows the truth beyond the noise of the world and the illusion of the system. Right? In this space of stillness, we can access answers to questions that our rational minds often can't resolve. But it's in the stillness that our creativity flourishes, intuition strengthens, and a connection to the present moment deeper. Stillness allows us to align with our authentic selves and step in and step outside of the constant conditioning of the external world. And together, mindfulness and stillness, they become powerful tools for our awakening. And when you practice mindfulness, you're able to notice the stories and the limiting beliefs that arise in yourself. You can observe them without attachment and really recognize that they are based on fear, based on conditioning, or expectations rather than the truth. And when you combine this awareness with the moments of stillness, you create a space to transcend those limiting beliefs and access our true potential. Think about this, like the system that we live in thrives on keeping us distracted and disconnected from our true self. From a young age, we're taught to keep busy, to achieve external success, and to conform to societal norms. Mindfulness and stillness offer us a way to unplug from this conditioning and to reconnect with the truth of who we are at our core. And in this space of presence, calm, we begin to unravel the programming that tells us that we need to work harder, or we need to chase success, or define ourselves by external achievement. Instead, we trust the flow of life and align with our inner purpose and move through the world with a sense of peace and empowerment. So we're going to go a little bit deeper into this idea around limiting beliefs, right? So before we dive into the specific beliefs around money and success that have been imprinted into our subconscious minds at a young age, we're going to take a moment to understand exactly what a limiting belief actually is and how it impacts our lives, right? In its simplest form, a limiting belief is a thought or conviction that we hold, often unconsciously, that restricts us in some way, shape, or form. These beliefs act like invisible chains, invisible handcuffs, keeping us stuck in patterns that prevent us from achieving our fullest potential. They shape how we view ourselves, our capabilities, and the world all around us. Right? Limiting beliefs can affect everything from ourselves, how much money we think we deserve, to what we believe is possible for our lives. Right? I want you to think of limiting beliefs as programming. Just like in the Matrix, where humans are plugged into an artificial reality, right? These beliefs have been programmed into our minds by society, by family, by the school system, and cultural norms. And just like in the Matrix, they create this illusion that keeps us from seeing the truth in our own power and our own potential. And the problem with these limiting beliefs is that they operate in the background. So we rarely question them. We simply accept them just as they are, just the way things are. It's just the way things are. Have you ever said that to yourself, right? But the reality is that these beliefs are not facts. They're not facts. They're not facts. They're not facts. They are stories that we've been told or conclusions we've drawn based on our prior experiences in our lives. And the good news, I've got good news for you, right? That we have the power to reprogram them. We have the power to reprogram them. And so now that you understand what limiting beliefs are, I want to focus on some of the most common limiting beliefs around money and success that you've been told. These beliefs are often programmed into us from a young age, right? Your subconscious is programmed from the age of 0 to 7. You are literally a sponge at that age, especially through the educational system and cultural messages that you receive, right? Over time, they create a mindset that is keeping you plugged into the system, a system that tells you that you need to work harder, work longer, and sacrifice more to achieve the success that you desire, right? But as we begin to unpack this, as we begin to question these beliefs, right, we can break free from the illusion and create a new reality based on empowerment, based on freedom and abundance. Right, so one of the biggest illusions that the matrix or the system conditions us to believe is that success and money are only achievable through hard work, struggle, and sacrifice, right? And it's like triggering to some, right? Many people are like, we don't talk about money, you know? The system, in this case, the enemy is the mindset that holds you back, that keeps you small and plugs you into a never ending cycle, right? The rat race cycle of chasing success on someone else's terms, right? So let's take a look at some of the core limiting beliefs that you've been taught, how they shape your perception of success, and how to break free from them, right? You've been taught that you have to work hard and long hours to be successful, right? Who's ever believed that? Who's ever been taught that, right? This is one of the most deeply ingrained beliefs society teaches us. From a young age, we're told that the only way to be successful is to work hard, to put in long hours, to sacrifice personal happiness in pursuit of some future reward, right? We see it modeled in our parents, in our teachers, in society at large, right? Success equals hard work, struggle, and burnout, right? Think back to school, right? We went to school at a young age, right? We're put into kindergarten. We continue for the next 18 years until we graduate high school, and then we're encouraged to go to college, continue education, right? In fact, we're taught that, lawyers and medical industry are the top paid industries, and those you often have to go to school for an additional, 4 to 12 years, right? And then you get quote unquote rewarded for working harder, studying longer, and sacrificing playtime or relaxation to really truly get ahead, right? It's ingrained in you from day one that the more effort you put in, the more successful you will become. This belief, it extends into adulthood where there's a hustle culture, right? The hustle culture, it glorifies working late, sacrificing family time, and grinding in order to achieve this financial success, right? But this belief is just another layer of the illusion. The system keeping you plugged in. In truth, success does not have to come at the cost of your peace, your joy, or your freedom, right? So, how do you redefine success, right? The key to unplugging from this limiting belief is redefining success on your terms. Asking yourself questions, right? Asking yourself questions. What does success truly mean to me? Is it working 12-hour days? Missing out on life's pleasures? Missing out on family time? Missing out on watching your children grow up and always feeling like you're behind? or is success a state of fluff? Where you're in alignment with your truest, deepest passions, the things that light you up? Is it contributing to the world in a meaningful way while also living in joy and abundance? By shifting your mindset around success, you can begin to recognize that abundance doesn't have to be a struggle. Some of the most successful people don't work harder. They work smarter, in alignment with their gifts and higher purpose. Right? They've unplugged from the system's definition of success and created their own definition of success based on balance, joy, and true fulfillment. Right? Another limiting belief that we've grown up hearing is that money is scarce and hard to come by. Money doesn't grow on trees, right? Another common belief taught to us in school and through societal conditioning is the idea that money is scarce, that there's never enough, and that only a select few can truly achieve true wealth. We're taught that to make money, you have to follow a specific path, such as getting a specific degree, securing a stable job, working 40, 60, 80 hours a week, getting 1 to 2 weeks of vacation every single year, and slowly climbing the corporate ladder. Climbing the corporate ladder, making lots of money, right? And the reality is that there's typically only one person at the top of the corporate ladder. Right? It's there's like a pyramid, and you've got, you have to complete our limited resources, right? We've got to compete for these limited resources, making us think that wealth is something out there. Money, constantly feeling like there's never enough, living paycheck to paycheck. How do you switch with this abundant mindset, right? To instead from the scarcity mindset, it is essential to recognize that money is simply energy. Money is simply energy. It's not something that you can chase or struggle for. It's something you can attract by being in alignment with your higher self and your true purpose. It's the roof over your head, the food on your table, or the opportunities that are in front of you, right? By focusing on your you reprogram your mind to recognize that you are always supported and that money and opportunities will flow to you as you live in alignment with your true self. So another limiting belief that you've been taught is that you must follow the traditional path in order to be successful. From a young age, we've been taught that there's a specific path to success. And it usually looks like this, right? Go to school, get good grades, go to college, get a stable job, work your way up, put your kids in daycare, and then eventually retire at 65, 75, right? The number keeps going up. You eventually retire, right? And society, it paints this as the only safe and reliable route to financial security and success. And deviating from this path is often seen as risky, as scammy, as irresponsible, and that you're destined to fail. Right? And this belief, it keeps so many people stuck in jobs and careers that are unfulfilling, that don't allow sacrificing or personal time for the sake of making it, like quote unquote making it. Disconnection from your body, disconnection from your intuition, from your higher self, right? The system thrives on people sacrificing their well-being for the illusion of success. And so unplugging from this, prioritizing but also it is essential in creativity, leading to your work, the things that you desire, which ultimately will lead limiting beliefs, we can begin to create empowering beliefs that allow us to live in alignment with our truth. When I live in alignment with my passion and purpose, opportunities flow to me effortlessly. When I live in alignment with my passion and purpose, opportunities flow to me effortlessly. When I live in alignment with my passion and purpose, opportunities flow to me effortlessly. Another one, money is abundant and flows to me easily. I am open to receiving financial abundance in all forms, and I trust that the universe supports my. I define success on my own terms. My success includes joy, freedom, and balance. I don't need to follow anyone else's path but my own. I deserve to be well while creating abundance. My well being is a priority, and I can achieve success without sacrificing my health or happiness. Right? And so, one of the greatest tips that I use to help rewire my mindset, right, is so like kits or different vegetables that you can buy in the grocery store. And the difference is really good. You put that on your wrist, and when you exercise those steps, so becoming aware of those steps, and you notice there's something belief, like money doesn't pops into your mind, what you do is you snap the rubber band on your wrist, or you literally inflicting pain, and then success and abundance are more accessible than you've ever been taught in your life, right? The matrix is the societal conditioning. It doesn't have to fit your life. You have the power to rewrite your story. To rewrite your story around money, success, and well-being at any time in your life, right? Creating a reality that is aligned with your highest self and your truest desires, right? And so in the Matrix, Neo's awakening journey, it wasn't instantaneous, right? It wasn't just one flick of the rubber band and boom, poof, right? All of a sudden you are thinking differently, right? You've got to train and you've got to practice, right? Much like we need these consistent rituals to help ground us in our truth. Incorporating daily rituals in your routine will help you stay connected to your higher self and truly unplug from the illusion, right? And so I really want to, just set you up for success and share with you about the importance of sleep in your routine, right? Sleep is a foundation. Sleep is often underestimated in its importance, right? But it's so vital for overall health and well being. And quality sleep supports cognitive function, emotional regulation, and physical health and energy levels, right? Without sufficient rest, even the best routines can fall flat, right? As fatigue, it can lead to irritability, lack of focus, and decreased motivation. So, I really want to encourage you to prioritize sleep, right? By going to bed earlier, you set yourself up for success, right? And it's so, so, so important, right? And so, last but not least, I really wanted to just share with you. And I know that it might seem difficult, right? But on our journey to personal growth and transformation, right? Finding like minded human beings, like minded individuals who share similar goals, values, and experiences can significantly enhance your progress and well being, right? Finding a supportive community, an accountability group, right? It provides a safe space to share, learn, and grow together. And when we surround ourselves with these people who uplift and inspire us, we not only deepen our understanding of ourselves, but also create a network of support that can help us navigate the challenges, the difficulties of your life, right? And so, it's essential for navigating the journey of personal growth and transformation by actively seeking and nurturing connections within a supportive community. You can enhance your experience, gain valuable insights, and really foster a deep sense of belonging, right? Because we just really truly desire to belong. And remember that relationships you build can profoundly impact your journey, providing the encouragement, the inspiration, and the accountability that you need to thrive, right? Embrace the process of finding your community and allow it to enrich your life as you continue to grow and evolve, right? And so, as Morpheus tells Neo, there's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. Unplugging from the system, it's not just about intellectual understanding, it's about embodying your truth every single day. And so, the more you practice mindfulness, you reprogram limiting beliefs, you ground yourself in daily rituals, and you surround yourself by community of like-minded individuals, the more you will transcend the illusion and live in alignment with your higher self. And remember that not everyone is ready to unplug, right? And that's okay. Your job isn't to force anyone to awaken. It's to continue living as a beacon of light. Continue planting those seeds for those who are ready to see beyond the veil. Thank you so much for joining me today on Awaken the Light Within. Keep questioning the world around you. Keep trusting your inner knowing and continue on your journey of awakening. My name is Leanne Schweitzer, and I'll see you next time.